looking at medium density fiberboard production. Like the name suggests, it's made from fibres. We actually have different types of fiberboard. MDF is clearly the middle. We also have LDF, which is light, low density fiberboard, and we have HDF, which is high density fiberboard. They are manufactured using rather different techniques. MDF is the one that's most commonly used. And if you look at the lectures on pulp and paper, you'll know all about refining. This is a really poor representation of a refining disc, which has a hole in the middle and a number of grooves or slots in it. And the size of these grooves and slots will decrease as we move to the periphery of that disc, and that disc will have a certain pattern incised on it. The disc rotates at high speed and it rubs against another disc, and that requires there being a certain amount of steam present in order to make the chips more flexible. And the idea with a refining process is that we get separation of the fibres in the wood at the middle lamellar point, which is where the most lignin is. So that's what the steam does, is it softens the lignin, and in an ideal world these fibres come off in nice, neat pieces, but in the real world you get a lot of damage to those fibres. It doesn't matter a hell of a lot for MDF production, it matters rather more for paper production. So there are some subtleties about this lignin softening process. For MDF, it's quite a good thing because the lignin flows over the fibre and it makes the fibre less absorbent to resin, because we don't want resin to go in the fibre. It will be a waste of money and it won't be doing anything. We want the resin to be on the surface. So basically we're going to a lot of trouble to separate the fibres that nature has joined together using lignin, and then we go to a lot of trouble to put resin on there to join the fibres back together again, which sounds a bit daft when I say it like that, but of course we're doing it for a good reason. We want to make a nice homogeneous product, and we're probably making it from wood that doesn't have high value as solid wood. It may be low density, or it may have other features about it like lots of knots or lots of juvenile wood, or something that doesn't make it particularly suitable for sawmilling. But low density is actually quite a good thing if you're making MDF, because you've got a lot more flexibility in the chips. So you end up with fibres coming out of this. You tend to run this at higher temperatures than you would for paper making, for the reasons that I mentioned, is that you want this lignin softening to take place. And then those fibres are then put through a process where you put the resin on, and of course you have to collect those fibres at the end of this process after you put the resin on the fibres themselves.